the title match at the Royal Rumble a fatal four-way.
Big things are unfolding backstage on WWE Raw, and Roman Reigns is at the center of it all. In a surprising turn of events, the Tribal Chief has issued a direct order to Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Bring Paul Heyman backstage next week. This unexpected move has fans buzzing, as Paul Heyman's role in Roman's empire has always been crucial, yet mysterious. Heyman has long been the advocate and mastermind behind Roman's dominance, but his presence has been noticeably absent recently. Now, with Roman calling him back, questions swirl about what new plans are being set in motion. Is Heyman returning to advise on a fresh strategy to solidify Roman's reign, or is there a deeper storyline brewing that could change the landscape of Raw forever? As Sami and Jey prepare to carry out the Tribal Chief's orders, the backstage atmosphere is charged with anticipation. Raw next week promises explosive developments, with alliances tested and power plays unfolding in the shadows. Stay tuned as we break down what this reunion could mean for Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and the future of WWE Raw. Don't miss a moment of the action. The quiet before the storm. Roman's backstage meeting. Backstage at WWE Raw is usually a hive of controlled chaos. Wrestlers pacing nervously, trainers prepping muscles, cameras capturing the intense energy before the battles unfold inside the squared circle. But amid the usual clamor and scattered voices, last night's episode revealed a moment of hushed tension so powerful it practically crackled in the air. Roman Reigns, the undisputed Tribal Chief, stood apart from the crowd, his presence magnetic, exuding dominance without a word. The fluorescent lights overhead flickered intermittently, casting harsh white beams across the cold concrete floor. Shadows danced and stretched long against the walls, as if foreshadowing the darkness Roman was about to unleash. It was here, in this quiet backstage corridor, away from prying eyes and roaring fans, that Roman pulled Sammy Guevara aside. The camera caught only a glimpse of the exchange. A close-up on their faces revealed Roman's steely gaze, deep-set eyes locked intently on Sammy. There was no room for banter, no pleasantries exchanged. Roman's voice was low but firm, each word a command rather than a request. This wasn't a motivational talk or a strategy session. It was a chilling directive from the head of the table himself. Next week, take out Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker backstage. No distractions, no interference, no warnings, just precision. The weight of that order hung heavy in the stale air. Sammy's eyes narrowed, registering the gravity of the task. There was no hint of hesitation. In this moment, the Tribal Chief was more than a leader. He was a king molding his army in the shadows, setting the pieces on a deadly chessboard. Power play in the shadows. The real target revealed. Roman Reigns has always been a master of mind games and dominance inside the ring, but this moment revealed something deeper. A cold, calculated power grab far beyond mere championship gold. The WWE landscape is shifting beneath the feet of its top stars, and Roman is no longer content to battle in plain sight. His plan is to command the battlefield from the shadows, manipulating outcomes with surgical precision. This is not about titles or bragging rights anymore. The Tribal Chief is constructing an empire, one built on fear, loyalty, and ruthless strategy. His directive to Sami to take out Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker isn't just an attack on competitors. It's a message to everyone watching that the balance of power is about to be redrawn. As Sami absorbed the weight of Roman's command, the atmosphere thickened. Suddenly, Jey Uso appeared beside them, slipping quietly into the frame like a ghost from the shadows. The tension in the room grew palpable as the three men locked eyes. The exchange between Jey and Sami was electric, a silent understanding that transcended words. Their gazes met with a fierce intensity, hinting at an unbreakable bond and a shared mission. They were no longer just members of the Bloodline faction. They were co-conspirators in a plot that threatened to upend Raw as we know it. This secret alliance was a game-changer, a sign that Roman's influence was growing even stronger, extending through trusted lieutenants ready to carry out his will. The ambush awaits, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker in the crosshairs. Seth Rollins, the architect, the master tactician of chaos, and Bron Breakker, the powerhouse sensation rapidly climbing WWE's ranks, might be walking unknowingly into a carefully crafted trap. Roman's order to Sami, combined with Jey's silent involvement, signals an ambush waiting to explode backstage. Backstage, where security is more relaxed and the usual rules of the ring don't apply, an attack could be devastating. Rollins and Breakker are used to battling hard in front of thousands, but this is an entirely different arena. One governed by shadows, surprise, and raw physicality without referees or rules. The stakes could not be higher. If Sami and Jey execute their mission flawlessly, it would send shockwaves through Raw, crippling two of Roman's fiercest rivals before they even have a chance to fight back. But what if cracks begin to show in this shadow alliance? What if loyalty wavers or plans go awry? Fans and insiders alike will be watching every backstage interaction with renewed scrutiny. The fallout could reshape Raw's power hierarchy overnight, turning the landscape upside down and triggering a domino effect of alliances, betrayals, and new rivalries. The birth of a new Bloodline era. Manipulation or unity? The Bloodline faction has been one of WWE's most dominant forces for years, spearheaded by Roman Reigns and bolstered by family loyalty and relentless tenacity. But this latest development hints at an evolution, a new era of the Bloodline where control extends beyond the ring and into the very fabric of Raw's backstage power dynamics. Is Roman Reigns molding a shadow empire, pulling strings behind the scenes like a puppet master? Or is this a genuine new alliance, forged in secrecy and unity, prepared to crush anyone who dares oppose them? This storyline injects rich intrigue into Raw's narrative, forcing fans to read between the lines and question every handshake, every whispered conversation, every glance exchanged in the corridors. The Bloodline could be transforming into more than just a faction, a covert syndicate wielding influence across the roster, shaping the WWE World Order on Roman's terms. Raw set to explode. What to expect next week? With the stage set and tensions simmering, next week's Raw is primed for an explosion. The atmosphere backstage will be thick with anticipation and unease as Sami prepares to carry out Roman's ruthless orders. Jey's presence signals that the ambush won't be a solo mission. It's a coordinated strike that could leave Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker reeling. Will Roman's manipulation succeed in crippling his rivals before they can mount a counterattack? Or will Rollins' cunning and Breakker's raw power turn the tables and expose cracks in the Bloodline's carefully constructed facade? Fans should expect unexpected twists, shocking moments, and backstage confrontations that redefine the very essence of WWE storytelling. This is more than a feud. It's a battle for dominance, respect, and survival, and the fallout will resonate for months to come. Join the conversation. What's your take? The backstage intrigue on WWE Raw is heating up, and the power struggle within the Bloodline faction is becoming more complex by the minute. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, continues to pull strings behind the scenes, carefully positioning his allies and testing the loyalty of those around him. As Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are ordered to bring Paul Heyman backstage, questions arise about the true nature of this move. Is this the beginning of a new, unbreakable bloodline alliance? One forged in secrecy, strength, and ruthless determination? Or is Roman orchestrating an elaborate game of manipulation, where every ally is a pawn set up for an eventual checkmate that could crush his opponents once and for all? This storyline is more than just wrestling. It's a chess match of power, strategy, and trust. The stakes couldn't be higher, and fans are watching closely, trying to predict which way the tide will turn. Will Paul Heyman's return solidify Roman's dominance, or could it trigger unforeseen consequences that shake the foundation of the bloodline? Now, it's your turn to weigh in. What's your take on these unfolding events? Do you see Roman's moves as a masterstroke of leadership, or the beginning of cracks within the faction? Your thoughts and theories add to the excitement, shaping the conversation around one of WWE's most compelling stories right now.